So in the brand new update, Tycoon just added the YF-23 for a price of $12.99 or $10.99 if you have the F-35 Game Pass. And the question which you're probably going to be asking right now is this vehicle truly worth its Robux? Well, my answer to you is it's yes and no. It is very based on what kind of plane you prefer to use, because this vehicle requires a somewhat specific playstyle in order for it to be good. But anyway, in this video guys, I will be going over how strong it actually is for a damage test. So firstly, before we even do that, quickly like to walk you through some of its base stats. It's going to be having a health of 850 and a speed of 310, but when you max it out, it's going to be having a health of 1105 and a speed of 403, and its part requirement is going to be 10 parts. That's on a little bit of a higher end. Now moving into this vehicle's missile performance, which is actually extremely good, is going to be able to be enough to destroy the Su-25 Frogfoot within 4 missiles. Most of the time, 3 missiles is more than enough to kill basically every single plane in the game. Now the results for the Super Hind are going to be pretty similar, and you're also going to be able to destroy it within 4 missiles. However, once again, an average helicopter will probably die within 2 or 3 most likely. Now also taking a look at this thing's damage against ground vehicles and tanks when you free fire these missiles, and I gotta say, they're still extremely good when free fired. You're gonna be able to do around 30 to 50% on average most of the time, depending how good your aim is and if you're actually gonna be hitting every single target. Now also taking a look at some important things about this missile, it is actually gonna be able to have a lock-on range of 3000 stats, so that is highly above average. However, along with this, it is also going to be having a very fast reload speed, so you essentially have everything that you need out of this vehicle's missiles. Like, these are considered OP in my opinion. But now when we take a look at the cluster bombs, which are also really weird with how they work, however they're extremely good against ground vehicles. Surprisingly, you can actually one-shot a Striker Shorad or really any other ground vehicle with this bomb. However, when we take a look at its damage against the tanks, I'm gonna say it's not really that reliable. I think it's gonna be able to perform the best against ground vehicles in particular. However, still keep in mind that this vehicle does also have a reload speed of 15 seconds on its bombs, which actually makes kind of no sense since there's only one bomb where the missiles have a reload speed of 10 seconds. That's kind of weird, to be honest with you. But now I'm also taking a look at this vehicle's cannon, and it seems to me like it has an increased damage against air vehicles specifically, kind of like the F-22 does, the F-35A does, and the Su-57. However, its damage against ground vehicles and tanks, it seems to just be standard like these other planes as well. So there's nothing too special about the cannon itself. The fact that it has a cannon, it's really nice though, I gotta admit. But also taking a look at its damage against the ships if you're gonna be using all of its payload, and I gotta say, it is also extremely impressive, and in most cases, you're gonna be able to destroy a USS Zumwalt in around 2 bursts of your cannon, and roughly all of its weaponry being shot at. But keep in mind, you do also have to hit every single shot. Now moving into 2 disadvantages of this vehicle in my personal opinion. We got the hitbox. You gotta really manage this thing because its hitbox is genuinely kinda massive, unfortunately, so you're gonna have to deal with this. And along with that, you also got the stealth. And I believe the stealth to be a disadvantage for a lot of planes. Yes, you do need a specific playstyle for stealth, but the fact that you have to do this and you cannot just play kinda like stupid how you would with every other plane is kinda a disadvantage still, and it's something that you have to kinda manage, because the stealth, once it runs out, it's gonna be a little bit problematic. And it seems like this vehicle just has average stealth statistics like the reload speed and also how long it's gonna be able to last. So it's kinda like a hit and run vehicle, but at the same time you can also dogfight people in it. And speaking of dogfighting, where its overall turning speed is going to be landing, I'd say it's roughly around the Su-57 level. It's definitely not going to be up there with the F-22, which has the best turning speed in the game, but I think that's completely fine since this vehicle has other advantages. But anyway, for the time being, that's all I have for you all in today's video. Do make sure to join my Discord server. I'm currently giving away the YF-23.